Greetings, radio friends. So there's a box addressed to me there, and that's not my address, so don't get clever. And in the box is something I ordered on the internet. It's in sad state, but I wanted a bit of a challenge, and here it is. So let's get in here, see what we got. Throw that away. Look at this. Whoa, and look at the dirt and the crud and the dust and the spiders, old dead spiders, and look how rotten this power cord is. Not gonna be putting power on that, huh? Let's get it out of the box and see what we've got. And there it is. It's a 2-tube radio. Only 2 little tubes. That's the diffuser plate for the dial lamp over there. Uses a dropper resistor. Ooh, look at those wires back there. I don't think you can even see. Yeah, now you can see. Look how cruddy those wires are. Whoa! So powering up you would be hazardous. There's a capacitor. He has 1 tube. These are these Lochtel type tubes. 2nd tube. Only 2 tubes on this radio. Here's a knob of some sort. Some kind of a switch. Don't know what it does. Here is a piece of Bakelite that came out of the box with the radio. So let's turn it around and see what this little baby is. And here it is. Isn't it in just the most funky condition? Cracked Bakelite, scratch, cracked away over there, cracked in here, funky old speaker cloth, tuning knob, and the dial pointer still moves with the tuning knob. Feels a bit crusty. Volume and off switch, on off switch feels very stiff. And this is a Schaub Junior 50. Little 2-tube, 1951, 52, that era. Cool looking little radio. And I'm going to start a, what do you want to call it, a preliminary checkup before I power it on. I'll take it out of the cabinet, of course, and just get the chassis out. This is a hot chassis model. And then we'll get a closer look at what this radio is. Hang on. So I had to break out the WD-40 so I could get to these grub screws. You can see they're pretty rusted. This one only has one of the nuts, the square nuts. The other one is missing, so is its grub screw, but I've got a spare for that. This one still has both. Well, it had both. I must have dropped out somewhere. I'll locate it. But there we go. I released them from the front panel. And now let's get to work on the back panel. I'm sorry I can't show you what I'm doing as I do it because I only have 2 hands and that's all I can use. I'll be back. Okay, so here's a second look inside. You can see way back there. I'm trying to get in and not disturb the light, but those wires down there are just not looking too healthy. This one pinkish wire coming in here. That's got to be replaced. There's the old diffuser behind the front dial panel, and you can still see that the dial cord is intact. It does actually turn the dial when you rotate the knob. Here's the big tuning capacitor, and it looks to me like this definitely is a hot chassis. You can see the old dropper resistor here. That That fuse looks like it's seen better days. We're going to give that a quick blast here with some WD-40 just to give it a chance to kind of de-rust a little bit. I have to get in there with some Scotch-Brite. And now I can see how exactly this thing comes out, and I see way back in the corner there at the bottom behind that tuning capacitor, right in the corner back there is a screw, and I'm guessing back this side down there somewhere is another screw, and that should free up the chassis. Oh, there's a screw. Oh, there's supposed to be a screw underneath, but that's removed. That should free up the chassis to come out. There's another crack over here. I'm going to have to fill that up. And here's a hole in the side for something. Don't know what. I have to check on that as well. I think that would be a band selector switch. The knob is gone. I might have something that'll work until I find an accurate replacement. So let's continue. Right, so I have freed the chassis from the cabinet, and it's revealed quite a lot of stuff. So I'll get to the rest of the chassis in a minute, but let's get inside here. Woo! My goodness me. Some very interesting rat bedding material. And the old speaker grill, and this fiberboard backing for the speaker grill cloth. And then one of the bolts that holds the chassis to the front of the cabinet. Well, you can see some stresses on the chassis cause the cabinet to crack, but it looks to me like I actually have a lot of pieces, and when I get it all back together again, I don't think I'm gonna find too much missing, which is really good when it comes to the cabinet restoration. So that's got to be emptied out, and then we can have a look at the chassis itself. So there we go, 5 minutes with a dry paintbrush, that one over there to be exact, synthetic paintbrush, and just getting the worst of the grime and the grit out of the cabinet. And well, I'm going to set that aside because I want to get a look at the radio itself. So that can go and stand on my trusty old amp. I'm kind of a little bit short of space in my little workshop here, but okay, it's all good. So here we go. Let's have a tour of this tuning cap. It actually does tune if you turn the knob. So the dial cord is actually in pretty good shape considering the age of this radio, from 1951, 52, round about there. The only real point of concern is this wire here, but I'm going to be running a whole new cable all the way up to there anyway, so I don't really worry too much about that. So that's the power switch right there. And yeah, it's real dusty and dirty. Just a single IF can. So it's a front end and IF can all in one, and this is a Superregenerative and Superheterodyne receiver system all in one. Mounting rubbers are all in really bad condition for the tuning cap. I replace those. I just use old tap insulators, water tap insulators. So let's turn you around, find a place to lift you. Oh, what have we got there? That looks like, yeah. Huh. This is an admission ticket to something, I don't know what. And it's from Hanover, Germany. Somebody's admission ticket to the theater or to the movies or something was stuck in the back there. I thought it was going to be like, you know, a manufacturer's label of some description. So let's have a look around here. I haven't really had a good look at the front yet. Ooh, that diffuser paper is looking rather tired. I've got to be careful where I lift this thing. So let's turn you around. Ooh, yeah, look at that speaker. That speaker will work. It's got a tear. It's unfortunate, but it can be fixed if it doesn't rub. It doesn't rub. There's no cone rub. That's great. So the speaker can be fixed, but what is this? Oh, that's the gasket ring that is totally disintegrating. I'm going to have to make a new one. Yeah, the old gasket ring. Looking really tight. Here's a nice old leaf. I mean, why not? Huh? What's this all about? String running from there all the way around here. I'm going to have to check what that's about. I don't know. No idea. And there's some wire lying over there. So yeah, the rest of that gasket ring is on a little bit tighter, and then we have some more of the old rat nest material over here. A couple of leaves. Just get this paintbrush and brush this off quickly. Oh, that's coming out respectably, and it's a piece of glass. I see that the back is not so good over there. Let's see what we can do about that. I'm just brushing it off very gently. Brush off the speaker cone gently, gently. Get down here. Just give it a general dusting away, so that we can see what we can see back here. Oh, look at that nice red selenium rectifier over there. Some very dodgy looking capacitors underneath. Yeah, okay, so I've dusted away the front a little bit. I'm always nervous of dust on these radios. We know that dust can cause a fire hazard under certain circumstances, but I don't know. I guess it's not really an issue. But when you clear away the dust, ooh, there's a big old spider over there. Let's see what he's got to say for himself. Ooh, yum, yum, yum. Lots of gunk and dust and goop way back down there. But all in all, I'd say it's a rather, when you get past all the gunk, it just keeps looking better and better. So, yeah. Dust that all the way over there, the back there. Top of the can. I still don't even know if these tubes are good. I'll see if I get around to a power up. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, just dust off the plates there at the back. Alright. Now I want to lay you on your back and check you out. Yeah, baby. Isn't that something? Look at all this junk here. I have to clear that away. Oh, ticket. No, I'm not going to keep that. I'm tempted to, but I know myself. I'll never look at it again. And maybe I'll put it in my logbook. I actually try to keep a logbook. I'm not always faithful, and I kind of end up filling in the logbook a couple of weeks down the line after doing the repair of the radios that I've been working on. So yeah, this gasket's it's just old. In some places it's still pretty tight, so I'm going to have to get that off somehow in a safe kind of a way. So let's get down here. Some really scary looking capacitors down here around the selenium. There's a switch over there for some reason. Just brush all this junk away here. Probably going to need to give it a blow. I don't even have a compressor. You use the old lung method of blowing it out as well. So yeah, let's get a look at this, Let's get it sort of decobwebbed, and then we can come in here and take a look. So let's start here. It's a big capacitor. It actually says is that an electrolytic? Could be. Can't be a very good one. There's another one over there that's sitting across the diode. This is just a single diode. So that's probably just a bit of noise suppression on there. So that's 1, 2, back down here, 3, got to be careful. 0.1 microfarad. Paper caps there, 4, 5, 6 back there. Paint's peeling off of it. 7. Oh, did I count that one? 8, 9. Yeah. And here around the oscillators, not much. 10. So probably around a dozen capacitors. The electrolytic is here behind the speaker, right back there. And in comes the power cord to here. I'll pry that open and get that out the way. And now that's my first action, is I'm gonna just fit a new power cord and then do an ohm test on it and see if this thing will respond when I give it a bit of juice, which will be in the next video.